Hi, my name is Mr. Bingen, and today I'm going to show you how to put together your new clarinet. All right, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your case is right side up. Now, I'm going to show you this case real quick. Notice how this latch goes up? That usually goes up towards the lid, okay? If it was upside down and you start pulling this out like that, you might have your case upside down. Another way you can tell whether your case is right side up or not is if you see the name brand, that's usually the top, okay? Notice there's no name brand on this one unless it's up that way. But now, before you open your case, you want to lay it flat on a surface, and you want to face the handle towards yourself. Notice I've got the handle there, it's facing towards me. I'm gonna open the latches. Sometimes you have to press inwards to pop the latch to open it. And sometimes you have these latches that open up. And sometimes you have a zipper that you have to undo. This case has latches that I'm gonna flip up, and I'm gonna open the lid. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the different parts of the clarinet. And you can refer to pages 2 and 3 of your book for more information about this. This is called the bell. Notice it's shaped like a bell, and it goes at the bottom of your clarinet. This is the lower joint, okay? And you'll see a couple of side keys here, 3 holes, and then a long bar with only 3 little keys at the bottom. This is the very bottom of the clarinet, okay? You'll also notice it has a thumb rest right there, okay? Can you see the thumb rest? That thumb rest is only on the bottom, the lower joint, okay? This other big piece is called the upper joint. Sometimes you'll see the logo right there. This is a Yamaha clarinet, and you can tell by the way the writing is where the top goes. Or you can look at the back and you see a thumb hole and then a register key. The register key points up, okay? Now, this small tube thing that you have is called the barrel. And if you look real closely, you'll notice there's a smaller end and a larger end. Try to pay attention to that because you'll need to know that later. And then finally, you've got 3 pieces here. You've got a mouthpiece cap. We're gonna take that off, put it back in the case. You might have a reed on here already. Typically, you will not store the reed on the mouthpiece. When you get a new clarinet from Klein Music, they do that the first time for you so you can see what it should look like. So before you take that off, just take a moment and notice what that reed looks like on there, and we're gonna look at that more closely later. But this metal piece that goes on top here is called the ligature, okay? This also has a larger part and a smaller part because the mouthpiece gets wider as you go down, so the ligature does as well. If you were to put this upside down, it won't go on. It's too tight because it's upside down, okay? So always pay attention to the bigger side being down, all right? And then you have the mouthpiece. Notice the mouthpiece has a flat part with an opening. This is where the reed goes on top, as you might have already seen if you already have a reed on there. And then the ligature goes on top of that. Now, if you are one of those people that got an instrument from Klein Music and they have politely included the reed on there for you, what I'm gonna have you do right now, before we do anything, is we're gonna take that reed off. Because every time you play the clarinet, the first thing you do before you put it together is you're gonna put the reed in your mouth to get it wet. We have to moisten the reed in order for it to sound good. So I've taken the cap off, and now we have this reed there inside the ligature. I'm gonna loosen, notice, before you do anything, I want you to loosen that ligature and tighten it back up. Loosen it and tighten it right where they had it so you can feel how tight that should be before you do anything else. Notice it's not super tight, just enough to hold it in place. Okay, we'll talk about that again in a little bit. But I'm gonna loosen this like a quarter turn each, and I'm gonna slide, I'm using my thumb to slide the ligature up while I hold the reed in place. I'm gonna take this ligature off and I'm gonna set it down. I'm gonna take this reed and being very careful with the, look how thin that is. We don't wanna break that. Do not hit it against your teeth. Do not bite it with your tongue or anything like that. We're gonna take it very gently and put it on the top of our tongue, and we can use our teeth against this part to hold it in place, but don't break the tip. Okay, very gentle with the tip. So I'm gonna place this on my tongue. Just gonna suck on it, just like that. I have to take it out to talk to you, but I want you to leave it in your mouth while you watch the rest of this video. All right, let's get back to what we're doing. If you did not have the reed on the mouthpiece already, you should have a box of reeds in your case that you can take one from. And before you start putting your clarinet together, every day, before you put your clarinet together, the first thing you do is you put the reed in your mouth to get it wet while you do the rest. Okay, now I'm not gonna have the reed in my mouth while I do this because I have to keep talking to you. But let's just imagine I'm putting it in now. I'm gonna leave it there. You don't want me to talk to you like this, do you? Let's cut back and I'll talk to you in the other part of this video. And now I'm going to put this back in my case so that we can put the clarinet together. Together. We're going to put it together, the clarinet together. I did say together on purpose twice. So let's take the bell and let's take the lower joint, okay? This, remember, you look for the long rod and the thumb rest. That's how you know this is the lower joint. And the thumb rest goes on the top and the rod with only 3 keys goes on the bottom. I'm gonna hold it down here so I don't bend any keys. I'm gonna take the bell in my other hand and I'm gonna put these together and rotate as I put it together. If it's too tight, you might need to put some cork grease on the cork. Okay, hopefully you got some cork grease when you got the clarinet. Now that these are together, I wanna show you something very important. We have 2 pieces that go together called the bridge key. Here's the bottom part of the bridge key, and here is the top part of the bridge key. Let me show you this. So right underneath these 4 jelly bean looking keys, there's a little thing sticking out right there. You see it right there? This has to go above this. So what I'm gonna do is this points down, okay? And if you notice real closely, if I wiggle this ring right here, if I use my fingers to squeeze that, this is moving away from the cork. Okay, so when I put these together, I wanna press that ring down to give myself more space to put these together. So make sure that that moves away. See that moving? And then I'm gonna line that up with the other part of the bridge key. So you can see right in there, I hope you can see right there, we are going to line those up so that so when I push this key here, it moves both of those pieces together. So what I'm doing is I'm moving this top ring, and you can see right in here, that thing is moving together because the bridge key is lined up, all right? That's really important. Now, when we put the barrel on, as I mentioned earlier, you wanna pay attention to which side is larger. Can you tell in this video which side is larger? That's right, this part right here is the larger side, so that's the part that's gonna face down. And I'm gonna hold the clarinet from the upper joint. Don't hold it down here and try to put these together because then you're gonna mess up your alignment of the bridge key. So my left hand's going here and my right hand's going here and we're going to wiggle those together. All right, now we're gonna take the mouthpiece and I'm gonna lay this in my lap to free up my hands. Be careful, don't let it fall. Let's take the mouthpiece cap off. Let's take the ligature off. Pay attention to which is the bottom because again, this is wider at the bottom. Now I have just the mouthpiece, okay? I'm gonna grab it with my hand and I'm gonna grab the barrel with this hand and I'm gonna put these together like that. And we wanna rotate it around so that the opening is lined up with the register key. Does mine look lined up? No, I'm gonna rotate it this way until they're lined up, okay? That is what you want. The hole, the flat part, and this is called the table, by the way, and the register key should all be lined up. And when you play, those will be facing towards you. Now, what we're gonna do next is put the ligature on by itself, no reed. Hopefully you paid attention to which side was larger, and the larger side goes down, and the screws go against the table below the hole, okay? Now here's the tricky part. When you put the reed on, I want you to use your index finger here and slide this up because that's gonna create space in here to put your reed. Okay, so if you push it up with your thumb, then the space is back here and this isn't gonna do any good. You want the space here. So I'm gonna press my finger against the back and I'm gonna slide this up to make space in there for the reed. And then I'm gonna take my reed, which actually you should be sucking on the reed. And then I'm going to lift that halfway up and slide, and remember, I'm not touching the tip. Never push down on the tip. I'm pinching the sides and I'm placing it against the table, sorry, not desk, table. And I'm going to use my thumb on the flat part to slide it down and then use my other thumb to catch it down here so that I can then align it to the tip of the mouthpiece. Now, when we put this on here, we want to have a tiny line of black. Can you see that right there? Just a tiny sliver of black at the top. And we want the ligature to come down so that you see an equal amount of the smooth part here and here. See how this is kind of rough and lighter colored, and this is the smooth wood color? We want there to be an equal amount here and here. And this is gonna determine how far down the ligature goes. Okay, so if I was to put the ligature here, that is not the right spot, okay? Because you see a lot more of the dark part here and a lot less there. If I were to put the ligature, I'm gonna hold this up here. See, there's too much space there. Let me make sure we have just a sliver there. And then I've never touched the tip, okay? And if I was to loosen this too much, don't do this. This is me showing you what not to do. If I was to loosen this too much and put it down there, now we have a lot more wood there than we do here. So what we want is for this ligature to be right in the middle of the wood, and then we're gonna tighten this down only enough to keep it in place. It doesn't have to be super tight, because guess what? Back in the old days, sometimes they use just string to hold this together. This metal is way stronger than you need it to be. And so when you put it on there, you don't have to over tighten this, just enough so it stays in place. And if you look one more time, there's a tiny sliver of black at the tip of that reed, and the ligature is halfway down the wood. And you also want to make sure that it is perfectly centered from left to right, okay? Does this one look centered? Nope, it's a little bit off. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm loosening just a little bit. My thumb goes here, not there, here. And I'm just gonna use my other thumb to slide this over so that it's perfectly centered. And then I'm gonna use the side of my thumb here to slide that over so that it's perfectly centered there. Again, never touching the tip of the reed, okay? These reeds are gonna get expensive if you keep breaking them. So now, if you look here, you should barely be able to see, maybe not even at all, but if you look at the back of there should not be much reed visible. And if you look here, you should see just a tiny human hair width of black. And that is how you put your clarinet together. In the next video, I'm gonna show you how to play a note on the mouthpiece and the barrel, but we're gonna do that without the whole clarinet. So stay tuned for the next video.